Hello, people. So I found it kind of interesting how, oh, I don't know if that is a dog or a person. I don't know if they're watching me or their head is just in that location. That's a dog. Okay, never mind. So, found it somewhat interesting. Well, crap. I had a thought of what to talk about earlier, but I forgot what it was. Oh, that's metal. This appears to be something that you can press in. No, it's not. Or maybe it was and it's broken now. Regardless, it's a metal rod and it weighs about 1 pound. Not sure what it goes to. Hopefully it wasn't important. Probably was though. Anyways, yeah, I had a thought earlier. Oh, that's a cool moon. Holy crap. Look at that moon. That is sick. Haven't seen the moon in so long and it's finally back. And looking good. But yeah, again, I had a thought earlier. Can't recall exactly what it was. Oh well, unless it pops into my mind, I guess I'll have to abandon it. I've been seeing a lot of skinks recently. Is that the one I was thinking about? Yeah, dead skink. Tail cut off too. Saw a cat chasing a skink yesterday. But like, was the tail cut off by a cat, or like did it try to do the thing that I think geckos do, where they cut their tail off to run away and just failed and died? And how is it upside down? How did it do the bug death position? It's just weird. So anyways, in terms of today, I drove to the gym, did some pretty cool climbs. Then I drove to vacuum shop, and then I drove to a store, and then I drove to Pet Supplies Plus for something, and then I drove home. So decent amount of driving today, which is nice. Got one of those leaves from the really spiky edged leaves, like a razor blade, but it's soft and doesn't hurt. Interesting. Really trying to think of what that thing was that I thought of earlier. Let me think for a moment. Training your patience, in case you have to wait for me to think. If you skip forward, you might miss it. Haha. So just enjoy the walk and be patient as I think. I can recall the general topic of what it was I was going to discuss, but I have absolutely no idea of what it was, and I can't even get in the general direction of what it was. So I shall abandon that attempt at recalling that thought. Unfortunate, because it would have given me a decent topic to talk about on my walk and talk. Oh well. At least I filled the past 3 minutes. So, come here often? I like singing the song Cold as Ice. I like singing Foreigner in general. Cold as Ice and Double Vision are two songs I really like to sing. But also White Wedding. I'm torn between whether I like singing Cold as Ice or White Wedding more, and which one I sing better. Nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to... Shout out to Sofia Vargas for, I don't know, graduating high school or something, I guess. Woohoo. Speaking of which, after this week, the following... I forgot about that. Not sure what exactly happened, why that concrete's offset and stuff. But anyways, yeah. After this week, there will be less school, and probably somewhat little I can speedrun it and be done with all of school by the start of May. I think I'll do that. Unlike the weekend of May, I'll just do all of my school for May, which should be relatively minimal, and basically just get it done. I love online school. You couldn't do that in another school. I could literally just complete school and have basically, okay, so here's what I don't get. 3 months of summer vacation. When was 3 months of summer vacation a thing? Is it something around the world? I see it mentioned in comics and old media, and even recent media, and I just don't get it. Like, it's 2 months. It is not 3 months. What is this 3 months thing? We never got 3 months of freaking summer, not summer school, but school. Ooh. White Rock. Praise the Lord. Boricua. Isla del Encanto. I'm guessing the Enchanted Island or Isle. I don't know. I don't speak whatever that language is. Portuguese, Spanish, Mexican, I don't know. Same thing to me. I speak English. Or rather, American English. The American dialect of the English language, originating from England. That is how it got its name, English. And when colonists landed on what is now modern-day North America, they evolved the language as all languages do. And now, I speak in the tone, inflections, and figures of speech that a typical American would. For example, I would not say the boot of a car. I would say the trunk. I would not say the bonnet. I would say the hood. And I would not say petrol. I would say gas. Those are some typical terms in American English. In British English, they would use the opposite of those terms. They would also speak with a more British accent. And around England, there are different accents, along with in Europe, where they commonly speak English. In fact, around the world, people usually speak English because Americans are assholes and we made it very important to speak English. Because, screw you guys. We're better. It also may have been due to the British colonization of many islands and areas around the world, but perhaps not. Perhaps Americans are just assholes. And regardless of what originated why so many places speak English, Americans are still assholes. That fact will not change. Retroreflectors, aren't they cool? I've explained retroreflectors in a different video in the voice memo series of Walk and Talk. A long time ago, before I did videos, I did voice memos, but I did not explain them in a video, so I will now. You see, retroreflectors are a very fascinating thing. You know that light bounces, especially off of reflective surfaces like a mirror. If you were to have a laser pointed at a mirror that is perpendicular to it, it would bounce back. Angle the mirror by 45 degrees, and now bounces in a 90-degree line, because it is reflecting the light. Now, if you set up two mirrors at 45 degrees, making a 9-degree angle, then when you shoot one laser into one of the mirrors, it will bounce forward, then to the right, then back at you. But if you angle it up or down, it will bounce down or up into the sky or into whatever the surface is resting on. So you add a third square on the top, forming 90-degree angles all within. That way, whatever direction you point the laser, it will bounce across 2 or 3 or 1 of the squares and end up back where it started. Thus, you cover a large sign in small amounts of these retroreflectors, well, not small amounts, small sizes, but large amounts, and that way the light from your headlights bounces off and roughly reflects back at your headlights. Some of that light also goes back to your eyes. That is how it reflects light right back at you. You can watch the video by Technology Connections on retroreflectors or many of the other YouTubers who made videos on them. They're quite a simple process, but they are very cool. There's also retroreflective paintings. Not paintings as in art, but things made with paint, such as vests that have retroreflective paint on them. Now, this isn't the exact same, as you obviously cannot put perfectly angled geometric systems that are aligned in a grid into a paint. So it uses a slightly different system, which you can find out more by watching the Technology Connections video on retroreflectors. The Fitness Gram Pacer Test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test. That's fun. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? I don't know. Whatever. Dang it, too many thoughts again. I'm doing that a lot lately. I'm trying to cut out bad thoughts. Not like bad in the usual sense, I guess. I mean, I don't know about usual, but bad in my personal sense. In the self-despair sense, I suppose. Because A, they're unnecessary, and B, they make me feel kind of bad. I mean, not really. They don't really make me feel bad, but, you know, they make me concerned, even though I've discussed many times. I don't think there's a reason for me to be just concerned about them. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. Why not cut out the confusion by just stopping? Because confusion is bad and bad things are bad. So stop doing bad things. And I want to see how it goes. Stop thinking about those things. It's really hard to do, really. It's tempting to think those thoughts. But I try to cut myself off. Seems to be having a generally positive effect, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't been doing it for long. Gotta stall for 7 more seconds. Dang it. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope to perhaps learn something over this. And as always, adios, mi amigos and amigos.